Yo, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Deadpool. Now, Deadpool and Deadpool 2, but I'll talk about that one in another video. But Deadpool 1 is one of my favorite superhero movies of all time. Always one that I end up coming back to, and I do think it's up there with Batman Begins and Spider-Man for one of the best origin movies ever. Now, I was somebody that was introduced to the character of Deadpool through X-Men Origins when I was a kid and never really knew anything about him. That was my first introduction, and obviously now, being a 23-year-old when that movie came out, I can't remember how old I was, but I was young, again, not knowing about him, and now seeing, this Deadpool movie and rewatching it over the years, I don't even understand how the fuck that they fucked up that character that badly in that movie. It makes no sense. How you take the merc with the mouth and take away his mouth will never not befuddle the shit out of me. Now, I bring that up not only to, just poke a little jab at X-Men Origins. To be honest, I mean, I'll talk about that movie at some point, but as a kid, I fucking loved it. I had no idea how badly they fucked up Deadpool. But again, that being said, to show that, Deadpool 1, this movie, really just has so much heart, not only in general, but just towards the character of Deadpool, especially considering how heavily he was butchered his first time on screen. I find it funny as hell that I can shit on Deadpool when he was in X-Men Origins and, love him in this movie and Deadpool 2 when it's played by the same dude. Ryan Reynolds basically said, I'm still gonna be Deadpool. I'm not gonna let you guys fuck this up with whatever the hell that was. And I feel like it wasn't for a lack of trying. I feel like Fox at the time was not, keen on, letting this movie get made. The only reason it did is because shit leaked and the outcry was too goddamn strong for them to ignore it. But I feel like after Origins and them shelving Deadpool originally, they did not want Ryan Reynolds to be able to play this character again, and I cannot be any more happier that he was able to play it not only once, well, I guess technically twice with this movie, and then 3 times with Deadpool 2. But, I mean, without him, this movie doesn't work. I mean, he is Deadpool. And I do think Reynolds himself is the absolute star of this movie. He is not overshadowed by anybody, but the amount of amazing side characters throughout this is really, honestly, insane. You have Gina Carano's character. I fucking forgot the character's name for some reason. But then you have Ajax, who, honestly, a lot of people kind of give him shit because he is kind of a cookie-cutter type villain. Like, on paper, he is a basic villain, but I love Ajax in this movie. I think he's played really well. I think he's really funny and a perfect, just a perfect villain for the origin movie, honestly. Like, his main character trait is that he's an asshole. You don't know anything else about him, really. You don't know where he came from or whatever. You just know he got superpowers and he's an ass. He's just a wise-ass douchebag villain, which, obviously getting rid of the villain part, so was Deadpool. You have Colossus, Negasonic Teenage Warhead, coolest name ever, and then you have Weasel. I mean, there's just and Blind Owl. There's so many good side characters in this movie, and all of them are memorable, and they all make the pacing that much better. This is a movie that is not even 2 hours, which is great, because honestly, I feel like so many movies just try to get to that point for some reason. This is like an hour and a half to an hour and 40 of just like pure bliss. Like, the pacing of it is perfect to me. They kind of do it a little bit disjointed, but it doesn't feel like confusing disjointed because the story is overall very easy to follow. I think this movie felt like it had a big responsibility to almost right the wrong of how Deadpool was introduced to the mainstream audience with, obviously the X-Men Origins movie, but also the video game. I feel like the video game maybe played him as, even though it was a big deal when it came out and was, pretty popular and, all that stuff. I feel like it plays him for kind of just a big joke and doesn't really focus on anything else, whereas this movie tells that origin and really gives you that side of him where he is kind of a tragic character. Yes, he makes dick jokes and shit all the time, but that's just his way of hiding the fact that his life is pretty goddamn fucked up. So when it comes down to it, the cast is great, the direction's great, the supporting characters are strong, the romance is strong, the action is strong, and you have an emotional connection to Wade from the very beginning of the movie all the way to the end. And of course, it's funny as hell. The fact that this started with Ryan Reynolds being, introduced to the character of Deadpool on the set of Blade Trinity to now, Deadpool 3 being made with Hugh Jackman as Wolverine gonna be in it and all this shit is a crazy goddamn roller coaster, and it didn't all start with this movie, but this is what put it on the road to just overall success. Alright guys, so that's gonna go ahead and do it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys are excited for Deadpool 3. Hopefully they get this whole writer strike situation figured out and they just pay the goddamn people so we can go ahead and, see this movie a little bit sooner, because right now it's not filming and it's breaking my goddamn heart. But anyway, again, let me know if you guys are excited for it, and I'll catch you later. Peace. Oh yeah, and I recommend the movie, obviously.